Your girlfriend broke up with you, and you think the problem is your feelings. You think it's just sadness. Wrong. Your mind is not broken. Your brain is in chemical chaos. Your body is going through dopamine withdrawal. Are you waking up at 3 a.m. in a cold panic? Dopamine crash. You feel sick, nauseous, can't eat? Dopamine crash. You're furious, irritable, and suddenly you feel lost, like you don't even know who you are without her. Dopamine crash. That tightness in your chest is not love. It's your brain screaming for a fix. You were addicted to the validation and the novelty she provided, and you quit cold turkey. I'm the Dr. Capybara, and this is the Stoic blueprint to kill the withdrawal. Your body is going through the exact same neurological process as quitting a narcotic. The stress hormone cortisol is spiking, triggering a real physical panic response. You are not a patient. You are a pilot dealing with a system failure. We need a tactical reset. But before we give you the reset protocol, you need to understand the single biggest reason why this withdrawal gets worse. It's not the breakup that's killing you. It's what you do after the breakup. In the next section, we expose the Seneca trap, how your own mind becomes your worst enemy. Here is the truth about your nightmares and nausea. They are self-inflicted. You think you're analyzing the breakup, but you're just ruminating. You are actively rehearsing disaster in your mind. Seneca already had your number 2,000 years ago. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Your brain is a simple machine looking for a reward. When you lost her, your dopamine plummeted, but the chemical chaos demands stimulation. So where does your brain go? It goes to the most readily available drama, the pain you are creating right now. Thinking about her, playing the what-if game, reliving the argument. It gives your brain a cheap, dark fix of adrenaline and cortisol. You are not analyzing. You are addicting yourself to your own stress hormone. This is why the cycle never stops. Take the case of Joe. Joe didn't suffer because his ex left. He suffered because he spent 3 weeks replaying every text, every argument, imagining her happy with the new guy. His body couldn't tell the difference between the imagined disaster and a real lion attack. That's why he felt physical nausea and had a constant knot in his stomach. The stress was self-inflicted. Your body is screaming because your mind is forcing it into a perpetual state of emergency. How do you know you're caught in the Seneca trap? You exhibit specific failure markers. You find yourself typing texts you immediately delete. You drive past her apartment just to check. You read old love letters. Every single one of these actions is a dopamine probe, a desperate attempt to get a little hit of the pain-reward cycle. Your body is obedient. If you feed it panic, it gives you symptoms. The key is to recognize the moment the rumination starts. When you start cycling, stop. Your first move is internal, not external. Your body is screaming because your mind is forcing it into a perpetual state of emergency. The good news is that rumination, the engine of your anxiety, is completely within your control. The bad news is that you don't have the right tool to stop it. In the next section, I will give you that tool, the Aurelius filter. This is the simplest anxiety killer the Stoics ever developed, and it kills the withdrawal cycle dead. The solution is the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius's entire philosophy is a filter for your thoughts. You are obsessing over 2 things: her, external, and the past, gone. Both are outside your control. The Aurelius filter works like this. The next time you feel that chest tightness, that panic, you must stop and ask yourself this: is this thought in my power right now? If the answer is no, It's about her, or what happened, you dismiss it. It has no value. This is the simplest anxiety killer you will ever learn. You are the judge of your mind. If a thought does not contribute to your present action or your character, it is a liability. You strike it from the record. Before we give you the 72-hour rebuild protocol for your body, if you want more Stoic strategy to win your emotional war, you need to commit to the system. Hit the subscribe button right now to join the Apathy Architect community and ensure you never give your power away again. Do it now, or you'll forget. When you forget, you lose. Subscribe. Dismissing the thought is the mental game. But what about the physical chaos, the nausea, the lack of sleep? Your body needs its own protocol. In the next section, I'm giving you the 72-hour rebuild protocol to override the chemical withdrawal and force your body back into the fight. Your body is a machine, and it needs a protocol, not just philosophy. The next 72 hours are crucial for your chemical reset. This protocol is designed to override the panic and put you back in the pilot seat. First, the morning cold shock. You need to override the panic. A 2-minute cold shower is a voluntary hardship. It tells your brain, I am in charge. Your panic is running on autopilot. It's involuntary. Cold water is voluntary and immediate. It activates the vagus nerve, which is the circuit breaker for your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. When you step into that freezing water, you are actively choosing the difficulty. You are forcing your mind to focus on the present pain, which is an intentional, Stoic exercise in voluntary hardship. You replace involuntary panic with voluntary control. The cortisol spike from the breakup is overridden by the adrenaline spike from the cold. You become the commander of your own biology. Protocol Step 2. The nutrition reset. You're feeling nauseous because your cortisol is spiking. Your body wants comfort food, sugar, fat, the quick reward, stop. You need to simplify your fuel. For 72 hours, focus on high protein and simple carbs. You are feeding a warrior, not a patient. This isn't about dieting. It's about chemical stability. When your gut is inflamed by processed foods, it adds to the anxiety. By eating clean, stable fuel, you reduce the inflammatory stress and signal to your brain that the crisis is over. The craving for pizza or ice cream is not hunger. It is your addiction seeking another dopamine hit. Deny the addiction the quick fix. You are showing your body that this is a mission, not a vacation. Protocol Step 3. The sleep trick. You wake up at 3 a.m. because your cortisol is peaking. You can't control the waking, but you control the reaction. Do not look at your phone. Your bed is a fortress for sleep. It is not a battlefield for rumination. Get out of bed immediately. Your brain associates the bed with the feeling you were having when you woke up. Break that association. Go to a different room, sit down, and read a physical book. When your brain realizes that waking up at 3 a.m. leads to reading and not rewarding the anxiety, the pattern will start to break. You are implementing a tactical separation. David used the protocol perfectly. He didn't cure the withdrawal in 72 hours, but he proved to himself that he was the pilot, not the passenger. The physical symptoms, the nausea and the 3 a.m. waking, faded because he took away the control from the panic. You now control the chemical withdrawal and the rumination, but that doesn't solve the most painful symptom, feeling lost. In the next section, we are going to build your new identity using the Autarkeia protocol. The worst symptom is feeling lost. You feel like you don't know who you are because you let her define you. You outsourced your identity to the relationship Autarkeia is the Stoic cure. It means self-governance. You feel lost because you mistakenly built your sense of self on external approval. You were her boyfriend, the one who takes care of things, or the reliable partner. Those roles were rented from the relationship. When the relationship ended, the foundation disappeared. This feeling of being lost is not a tragedy. It's an emergency signal telling you the truth. You must build an identity that cannot be taken away. You must rebuild your identity on 3 things you own. 1. Your craft. Mastery. Stop working just for a paycheck. Start mastering your craft, whether it's your job, a hobby, or a side skill. The feeling of competence is a non-negotiable source of self-respect. 2. Your body. Discipline. This is the most direct application of Stoicism. When you control your body, what you eat, when you sleep, how hard you train, you prove to your mind that you are the commander of your physical domain. Physical discipline breeds mental resilience. 3. Your principles. Character. This is the core. Decide who you are when no one is watching. Are you honest? Are you reliable? Do you follow through? Your character is your final, unshakable fortress. Replace the old addiction, her validation, with a new, productive addiction. Your purpose. Dopamine is not evil. It's just the currency of focus. You are addicted to external validation. You need to shift to internal contribution. Start small. A 30-minute block of focused work. You need to show your brain that you can earn its reward without the withdrawal. When you start governing your time, your health, and your character, you stop being a passenger in your own life. You move from withdrawal to immunity. That's the real Stoic freedom. You have just completed the Autarkeia protocol. We exposed the chemical lie, that your pain was just sadness, and proved it was dopamine withdrawal. You learned to defeat the Seneca trap of rumination, and used the Aurelius filter to kill the anxiety. You rebuilt your body with the 72-hour protocol, and most importantly, you began constructing your identity on the 3 columns of self, solving the feeling of being lost. This breakup was not a tragedy. It was the alarm clock your soul needed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This pain is standing in your way right now. But if you stop seeing it as an obstacle and start seeing it as raw material, it becomes the foundation for your strength. What if this pain is exactly what you needed to stop giving your power away? Here's your final Stoic truth. You don't get over a breakup. You grow through it. You don't forget her. You integrate the lesson. You don't move on. You move up. The goal is an unshakable life, a life where your peace doesn't depend on who stays or leaves, a life where your worth isn't determined by someone else's decision. So stop begging, stop chasing, stop explaining, start building. Did this help you understand the chemical lie? Then subscribe to the channel for more strategy, and drop a comment below. Which of the 5 chapters was the hardest to implement? Your honesty guides the strategy of this channel. Thank you for your time. Your mind is your battlefield. Win it